I blame Aditya Chopra sir and Shah Rukh Khan for ruining my love life.
She is so invested in my love life. It's not,
I think the two of you are obsessed with each other's love lives.
I'm very invested. I tried to even hook her up and set her up with a couple of people. She rejected all of them.
Someone like as good looking as Salman Khan will come on a black horse, literally. Now I'm even contemplating whether to get married or not.
I will find this perfect person in my life. I will get married and my life will be like XYZ.
Swara's very single and ready to date. So anybody who's keen, who's interested
No,
on
I'm
16th
not
of
ready.
September.
I'm done, guys. I cannot. I don't have the energy.
Come on! लेकिन कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं वो जरूर मिलेगा.
Hi and welcome to midday.com, and joining us today we have three beautiful and talented ladies, Pooja Chopra, Swara Bhasker and Shikha Talsania. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for those kind words.
As we saw in the trailer, you all set off to Goa to get off regular life. So, and everyone has a fun Goa story. Most of us do.
I think the most amount of fun that I've genuinely had on a trip has been with this gang. The food sessions, the night outs, the stories, the jokes, all of those. Yeah.
I've been to Goa both to shoot and just hang out. I think I'm one of those really uncool people of India जो family के साथ गोवा जाते हैं. मैं friends के साथ कम गई हूँ, एक ही बार गई हूँ. मैं family के साथ कई बार जा चुकी हूँ. In fact, my sister just got married in Goa last year, so that was really fun. So there's a lot of fun memories from the wedding, like a destination wedding. And this time when we went, we did like a typical tourist. We did that parasailing, which we couldn't do in the film, but I did it, and that was pretty awesome. That was also cool.
मैं मुंबई में रहती हूँ, so going to Goa is almost like, you know, matha tacoing over there and coming back. But the most recent trip that I took was right now for a friend's 40th birthday, and it was full of yars. It was just us, a girl gang that went over there and had an absolute blast.
Like we saw in the trailer, you know, it's amazing that you have these lovely ladies leading the cast. And it looks like a very different film, a different story. So what was your first reaction when you heard it?
I loved it. It was a story, the kind of story that I've not only ever heard before, but I've not even seen something like this on television before. So it was very different. The camaraderie, the empathy that every character has, the nuances. My character especially loved because I've never played something like that, never ever. So I knew it's going to be a challenge. The whole setup is so beautiful and fun. I don't think there was anything that could have held me back from saying yes to this project. So I loved it from the word go.
Yeah, I was very struck by how heartwarming the story was. I think we've seen friendship films, road trip films, but I think mainstream Bollywood has never seen a road trip film that stars four married housewives from like a really small town setting, like Desi housewives.
And having fun.
Yeah, having fun. So, you know, the people that you kind of refer to as Behenji in a snobbish sort of way. Yeah. I think the fun thing is that Kamal sir and Vinodji have front and centered these women who are typically considered too uncool to, like, you know, for their story to be on screen. And we're basically going to show you how cool and badass and fun Behenjis are actually. Yeah. So I like that little flip that we've done. And of course, my character is I really liked that character, and it was a challenge to me. I've never played that before. She's the booest character. She's like the doormat of the group in some sense. She's also the most so-called conservative person in the group, and very different from anything I've played before. Very different from my public persona. Absolutely. In the image that I have. Yeah. So that was a challenge for me. And I was like, can I do this? And I do hope that I have been able to pull it off.
For me, I think it was the empathy that was there in the film, of quiet rebellions that a lot of women go through. And it has been portrayed in such a sensitive manner and such a nuanced manner. I think that was something that really drew me to this film. And the fact that it's done in a very entertaining manner. Yeah. It's not just drama. It's, you know, we're using the tool of comedy and a little bit of a thriller aspect in it to, you know, put our story forth.
I love how you've been like
thriller.
She's really been
having thriller.
Because it's so fun.
Thriller.
I don't think we've seen that before.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that before in a film like this, and that is why I'm so consistently talking about it, which you guys are forgetting.
में busy है ना, principal madam को याद आ गया है. So सारे subject tick mark करो भाई.
And so for me, I think those are the things that really, because I remember when I first met Kamal sir and he told me about the film and he narrated the film to me, I kept laughing through the film because life is funny. If you actually look at it, there is a lot of humor in pathos also. That with a twist of a thriller in the middle of it, it was just like, what is happening? What is this world? So it was really exciting. Those bits for me were really, really exciting.
Yeah, and what I also love is how you're flaunting your saris and looking so cool.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the poster.
That was really cool. And I think that shot of the four of us on the beach in saris, that is a really like
Yeah, we were
cool
beach
shot.
ready.
Yeah.
And you know, when you go to Goa, you do see women in saris going around. So it's...
That was very cool.
And about your look as well. So that's not something we see you in real life as well. You are these glamorous women, but you know, pulling off
Why,
something like that, something so relatable to a lot of women. Of course, that's how most women dress in India. So how is that going the glam?
Everything that you see on screen is coming from the story. And I think that Kamal sir and the costume designer Preeti Jadwani did a really good job, because I think that they map the journey of these women also in the costuming. So when you see them in their home contexts, they are dressed in a certain way. And then, as Shikha says, that the whole journey is about a quiet rebellion. Sometimes that they don't even realize, and that is expressed also in terms of the clothes they're wearing. And so there's three kinds of different looks in the film, which is really cute, and I really loved how it ties in the very end as well. So I think that it's interesting that you're the first person to bring this up. But the costumes are very much part of the storytelling and very much part of the journey arc of all three characters. And I like that the most.
You know, most of us grow up with this idea of, you know, the perfect marriage, romance, dating. But as we grow, things obviously change. Reality.
We can do a thesis on that.
Not yet.
But we can.
So how has that idea changed for you, you know, through the years?
I kind of saw a different aspect of it that probably I wasn't completely aware of. I became more cognizant of it when we were doing this film. Is that change is a constant. We all know that. There is this Mills and Boons sort of an idea that you have about romance, saying that I will find this perfect person in my life, I will get married, and my life will be like XYZ. And life happens after that. And you change, you have different expectations. Sometimes they get fulfilled, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they get fulfilled in a way that you didn't expect it. And sometimes it's tough to deal with it, and sometimes there's this beautiful surprise in it, saying, I didn't know I could feel like this. You know, so I think for me, with all the characters that I have played, character of in Jahaan Chaar Yaar, I think to see different aspects of accepting change, and being kind to yourself, saying that it is okay that if you expected something different and this is your reality today, and then you have your charyas to empower you, to remind you who you are, even though everybody has gone through that change, and to be true to yourself and find romance with each other in the friendships that you have and with your partners.
She is so invested in my love life.
I think the two of you are obsessed with each other's love lives.
I'm very invested. I tried to even hook her up and set her up with a couple of people. She rejected all of them. Just want to put it right out there, guys. And I'm sorry to the men who were very not happy about this, by the way. Let me say this on TV.
God. Okay. I think it's evolved over the couple of years. When I was in school, obviously, I wanted a big, fat, grand wedding. I thought I'll be in this ballroom white gown. Someone like as good-looking as Salman Khan will come on a black horse. Literally.
A black horse, huh?
Yes, black, not white. Because white is for me. White is like my color.
Right.
Like I'll be in the white ball gown, and then he'll come on a black horse.
Direction-wise.
Yeah, everything.
Art direction भी हुआ है.
हाँ, like एकदम clarity, एकदम to the T. पूरा ये college में था. Uske baad, obviously, then you grow up and everything, and now it's nothing like that. Now I'm even contemplating whether to get married or not. Leave alone marriage, मतलब कोई लड़का तो मिल जाए पहले.
कैसे मिलेगा? तुम reject करती रहती हो सबको. तो उसके लिए थोड़ा open रहना पड़ेगा ना. So
Swara is so upset that I've rejected. But next boy, her candidates. But next boy you get, I promise I'll go out on a date. It's been ages I haven't gone on a date, so I'm putting it out there. But yeah, next candidate I'll definitely go out on a date.
In fact, if you know anybody who is willing to go out on the 16th of September with Pooja to watch Jahaan Chaar Yaar, I think it's a great idea.
He can watch it with all four of us.
Get you a date.
No, but you guys need to approve of him as well.
Approved.
I blame Aditya Chopra sir and Shah Rukh Khan for ruining my love life, because I watched DDLJ at a tender age, and ever since then I've been searching for that Raj. who looks like Shah Rukh, but Raj. And I think that it has taken me many years to realize that Raj doesn't exist. And no, but honestly, I don't know. I think that I don't think I'm very good at relationships.
No, let me also put it out there. Swara's very single and ready to date. So anybody who's keen, who's interested
No,
on
I'm
16th
not
of
ready.
September.
I'm done, guys. I cannot. I don't have the energy for
Come
it.
on.
Basically, lots. Y'all have done full write off that wonderful answer I gave. I just want
First,
to say.
Shikha gave one philosophical sermon.
Thesis,
Like,
yeah.
she stood there on the pulpit and gave a sermon. Then we told you the reality.
Yeah.
Guys, single life it's hard. It's like, I always say, it's like sifting through garbage.
So the three
This
of
is
us
my-
would sit with Meher
Yeah.
and the only one who
The only
was a
married one.
woman.
Yeah.
And we would take tips saying, so tell us about your
How?
relationship.
How did you manage? Yeah.
Fortunately, she has a very understanding and good husband. So she's very happy. So when we
Yeah,
would...
Meher gives a very good, positive
she's very-
impression.
तो हम तीन जब होता ना रोना दुखड़ा रोते रहते थे लड़के ऐसे हैं शादी नहीं करनी so she was the only positive one कि नहीं you just have to find the right guy, go out, meet people, give them a chance, they're good guys around, look at me, I'm so happy. So that was the only positive influence we had as far as marriage is concerned. Yeah, she always does that. She's the headmaster
Shikha
of the
did a
group.
PhD and now she's
I
like,
gave such a good answer and
You
I
gave a
truly
very good
believe that. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
That I think that we all have concepts that keep forever evolving with life and everything else that you're learning with
लेकिन
life.
कभी ना कहीं वो जरूर मिलेगा.
आ जाइएगा 16th of September onwards. हम वहाँ
सारे
वेट
single
करेंगे.
वेले लड़के आने वाले हैं हमारे लिए.
No, but this looks like a lot of fun. You all look like real, like you're bonding really.
We
seems
are,
like
we are, we are.
You all are really a tight group, that I think. And that's what the audience should come to see also.
Absolutely.
And Swara has someone who's always been, fearless and put out your opinion no matter what, and not always politically correct. So at a time where people on social media are digging out quotes of, old quotes of actors, and all this boycott thing has started. So what is someone
Mine must
like?
be a treasure trove of quotes. I think that there is no dearth of quotes.
And let's change that to politically correct to politically accepted. Let's change that first.
The internet remembers everything. We know that. I'm not worried though, because I feel like I don't think that I'm sure there are quotes that people don't like, but there's nothing, I doubt that there's very much there that I will not be able to defend in terms of, because I don't normally say things I don't believe in. I mean, if it's a joke and it's a poor joke, perhaps, but unlikely. My sense of humor bhi kafi aisa hi hai. So on Twitter, I don't normally say things that are too facetious. I'm either being sarcastic or I'm saying something I believe in. So I'll stand by it probably even today. Even my most politically incorrect quotes. And this recently happened to me, by the way. I was in the US for a series of lectures, and there was a student there who pulled out something I'd written about international relations 2 years ago, and he asked me. And I was like, yeah, let's get into this now. Let's get into it. And I stand by it, even though it's 2 years old. So yeah, I'm not scared, but I would hope for Vinod Bachchanji's sake that not too many of those quotes come out.
Also, please tell them that what you were doing in the US, because it's not just like a random student came up to you.
No, I was, I was at an artist residency at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. And so I was doing interactions with students as well. But, honestly, this film is such a beautiful film. There's really nothing to boycott. And anybody who wants to participate in this nonsensical time waste called boycott, I just want to say to you that, why do you want to deny your mothers and sisters and families a chance to see their own stories on screen? So take your mom to watch the film, take your sister, your aunt, and then boycott it.
Because they will love it, they will relate to it, they will relate to
Yeah.
it, they will love it. It is their story, they're in the forefront. For a change, I think we should make them because they are the real heroes. No, go on.
यार entertaining film है.
Yeah.
चले जाओ देखो मजा आएगा. Thriller है उसमें comedy है drama है romance है सब है.
No, but at a time when the industry is just getting back on its feet, after the pandemic, something like this, all these boycott stuff that is happening. So how do you all feel about that? Because, the industry does need to get back to, it does need, because there's so much money going into it. And then this stuff happens. So
This is what they need to realize, right? There's so much money pumped in, such big films, and then you sit
And
at
there's so
home.
much heart being pumped into every story that's being
Effort,
created.
heart, so many families, and then you sit and boycott the films.
I don't actually believe, though, that the boycotts lead to flops. I don't believe that. Of course, trade people will answer that better. But I think that the noise is more than the actual impact. I think that there are other reasons why films may not have worked. And I also feel like a lot of the trends are generated, they are paid for, it's really more noise than the reality of it. I don't, I feel like, yeah, it's a nuisance, and our business is perception sensitive. So it's not nice. And I'm sure it's a cause of worry to the marketing people and the PR people and the producers and so on. But I think that the audience is discerning enough. If they like the content, they'll watch it in theaters. No, you think Indian people are going to listen to what some random unknown handles on Twitter are telling them? I don't believe that.
Shikha and Swara, you all of course have had Veere the Wedding as well, which is again a girl film, and everybody had a lot of fun. And you know, it has a special place in the hearts also of fans. So how is it bonding again? And a similar theme, but this is totally, of course, a different look, and everything else is different, but the theme is kind of similar.
The theme is about friendship.
Yes.
There are all sorts of friendship films. It does have the two of us in it.
Yes. We've decided to be in every friendship film that will be made.
And this is what I was saying in the beginning only, when both of us signed it, saying, देखो 3 लड़कियां नहीं, 2 लड़कियां नहीं, पर अगर 4 लड़कियां होंगी,
तो हम आएंगे
वापस. But honestly, it's completely different. And I've said this before, we've all said this before, that there are all sorts of films, right? There are romantic comedies, there are thrillers, there are films based on friendship and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's the story that you connect to. Every story is different, and every friendship is different. Right, so that's what's special about this film.
Yeah, I don't think this kind of the relationship that all the 4 friends share, this kind of relationship has ever been shown before on screen. The chemistry, the camaraderie, everything that we're dealing with in the film, I don't think that has been focused on ever. Like Swara mentioned some time back, that this is a story which could be about your brother, I mean your sister, your mother. Everyone would be able to relate to it at some point, at some level. So
I was very glad that Shikha was in the film, and I was also very, very glad to discover Pooja and Meher were such fun girls. And I think we took our friendship very seriously. We took our camaraderie very seriously. We worked on it, we built it. We had a good time shooting, and I think all of that has translated in the film. If there's anything else, whether or not you get anything else in the film, you will get the spirit of friendship. 100%. Like all the scenes where 4 of us are in, those are the best scenes of the film. I really feel that.
Like it's fun.
Yeah.
And have you all been in touch with your Veeres as well, who are now moms and their babies? So
everyone's busy, of course, but yeah, we do stay in touch, and yeah, it's really exciting times for Sonam and Anand. So I'm sure that they will make great parents, really fun, loving parents. New journey, exciting.
And we have a few words, whatever comes into your mind, just a quick questions. So first is red flags in terms of relationships.
I never see the red flags. That's my red flag. I'm the bloody red flag. My blindness is the red flag.
Disrespect.
Travel.
Family.
I cannot wait. I'm ready for another holiday.
With my Yaars.
Girlfriends.
Girlfriends are lifelines.
Chosen family.
And lastly, Jahaan Chaar Yaar.
16th of September!
In theatres! In theatres!
And it was lovely. Lots of fun having you guys. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.